seasoning meat for these pinto beans. So I'm cooking 1 pound of pinto beans. I'm at that bound weight loss journey. This is week 11. And this is what KendyK is cooking. So literally they're called seasoning pieces. Look for that in your grocery store near the bacon, the ham. Ask your butcher. They'll know exactly what you're talking about. And these are pork pieces. And y'all, I cut the package in half. So with a 1 pound package, and then it was a 12-ounce package, and I cut it in half. So I pulled 6 ounces out of the freezer for a time like this. And I needed to make sure that I have my portion controlled meals where I am controlling the sodium. So these are pork pieces. So they are full of sodium. Ooh, that already looks yummy, doesn't it? And I have just probably about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And friends, in all transparency, I am making pinto beans, 1 pound of pinto beans. And this was the package that I picked up, Siler's. It's a 1 pound package. Y'all, you remember you could used to get 1 pound of pinto beans, any beans, pinto beans, great northern beans. You used to get all of those for $1. Y'all remember when? Well, not anymore, my friends. Not anymore. So I'm just letting that sizzle. I have my Instapot on the saute function on high, just to get a little color, a little crispness, but most of all to render some of the fat out of that pork. Simply Debbie Sue says she remembers when. Y'all, this food is high and getting higher. We are being good stewards of our funds, but this food is getting high. And then, y'all, I had in the same package, I had a 1/2 pound of andouille sausage because I know the last time I fixed beans, I made red beans for red beans and rice, except I swapped out half of the rice and used rice cauliflower instead. Because y'all know I'm on my weight loss journey for the last time. Yes, they are, y'all. These prices are high, but we're not moved by what we see. God is our source. Mine, anyway. But it does have me minding my affairs, right? So, no need to be stopping at Chick-fil-A for grilled chicken nuggets instead of the fried nuggets. What I do instead is on a Friday like today, at this hour, make sure I have protein to push for my eating today. Fresh protein, too. Making a fresh pot of pinto beans. Now, on a Friday, traditionally in the South, on a Friday, what do y'all eat with your pinto beans? You can have a little rice with this, so I can have some rice cauliflower if I want it, or I can do some brown rice. Brown rice is always a winner when you're on a weight loss journey because it's a huge boost of fiber. Yeah, I'm just cutting this andouille sausage down, and y'all, this is all intentional for flavor and for protein, flavor and added protein. Okay, rice for sure with your pinto beans, yes. But like when you're having something really flavorful like pinto beans packed with pork and andouille sausage, friends, it's a great time to swap out the rice and swap in rice cauliflower. You won't be able to taste the difference. It doesn't. It goes for me. Or just use brown rice. Hmm. Do I have white rice in this house? Y'all know I got white rice in this house because the boy, moo, moo. Once he say them words in that tone, I already know it's finna be foolishness. I just be looking at him. I know he like, why my mom be looking upside my head? Because you talking crazy. Yes, yes, we can put a bay leaf in. So that y'all, I'm intentional to add more meat to this because I'm using a plant-based protein and I'm on a weight loss journey. So I need to up my protein. I know that I am not getting in enough macros, particularly my protein, particularly my fiber. So lots of intention here. And y'all, I'm using the Instapot. Why? Because why not? Okay. And these are my pinto beans. I'm soaking them in my soaker bowl. This is 1 pound of pinto beans going in my 3.5 or 4 quart Instapot. And I love my smaller Instapot because I use it all the more often now. So I'm just letting these beans, y'all. I just started these beans as soon as I turned this Instapot on. Maybe what, 5 or 10 minutes ago. I'm just washing my beans off. Some people eat their beans dry, straight out the package. But y'all, the beans could be dirty. The beans might have little rocks in them. Do y'all know I'm a germaphobe? Okay, so now you know. Okay. Now that probably should explain everything. Okay. All right. So now that we've established that, I'm on the saute function just so I can render this down a little bit. And then y'all, I have the Argo cornstarch. Y'all know what cornstarch is, right? So you're probably like, KendyK, why cornstarch and pinto beans? No, never. Well, actually, when you're cooking in the Instapot, if you want some of that good pot liquor, that thickening in your pinto beans, like you would normally get if you were cooking them on the stove top all day or overnight, hmm then you're gonna have to put some thickening in it. And the thickening is some cornstarch that I've added some water to, and I'm gonna put that in here as well. Yeah, that's gonna give us that thickening. I told y'all. Now I don't know how to cook everything, but I do know how to cook in this Instapot. In fact, I have a whole Instapot playlist. Yeah, if some of the things that you like to eat from your Instapot, if they don't have that thickness to the broth that you like, you need to make yourself a little slurry, a little cornstarch slurry. Hmm. I'm putting also some better than bouillon in there. And I'm using the vegetable base today, but you can use the chicken base. You can use the beef base. Use what you have, friends. When you're making a pot of pinto beans, you just use what you have, right? I love, love, love that I took the plunge and then I actually sold my, was it an 8 quart or a 10 quart Instapot? Y'all, I actually sold that because y'all, I did not need that big old Instapot. Mm-mm. And it was always up in the high cabinet, the one above the cabinets, above the refrigerator. Mm-mm. Which required me to get on the step stool and all of that stuff. So I really wasn't using it. So I'm glad that I went down to the smaller pot and I have never looked back. And I've never been so pleased. I've never been so pleased. So I'm going to use about a cup of frozen diced onions. Hey, Grant, welcome in, friend. Thank you all for joining me. This is KendyK all day. This is a pop up cooking situation. So I'm going to put in a cup of diced onions. Making sure I've got some protein. So on a Friday in the South, normally, if you cook some pinto beans, there's probably gonna be some a fish situation going with. Hmm I'm just letting you know that. In case you didn't know, now you know. You can have some rice with it, right? Because truth be told, now with this meat that I have in here, I have a half a pound of andouille sausage, and I've got 6 ounces of seasoning meat, pork seasoning meat. They're called seasoning pieces. I just keep those in the freezer. I cut this 12-ounce package in half for times like this. And see, again, y'all, this is how y'all see those that fat in there? Yeah. Can you see that it's already getting thick in there? Yes. Lord, thank you, Jesus. And what else? You see just probably 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I didn't measure, but we don't want our meat to stick to the bottom of the pot. Just rendering some of the fat off of there. Hope I've got a good angle. I'm not going to mess with it. So, y'all, let me go ahead and finish loading things in. So, this is my 1 cup of frozen diced onions. No matter that they're frozen, y'all, they will cook up right nice in the Instapot. Everything cooks up right nice in the Instapot under pressure. And let's go ahead and add all of our seasoning. Let's go in with the better than bouillon. About that much. And y'all, I'm going to just dissolve it in a little hot water. So better than bouillon. Those products are they're all vegetable based. And let me tell you what's in the vegetable base. That's why I love the vegetable base. It is made with carrots, celery, onions, and tomatoes. Yeah, baby. So I'm just got it hanging over here, that bit that you saw. Got it hanging over here in some water and let it dissolve. We're going to fill this pot with water anyway. So that is that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add all my seasonings. So we got garlic powder, the Trinity, garlic powder. I'm not adding any additional salt. I've got salt from the seasoning meat. I've got salt from the andouille sausage. I've got salt from even the vegetable base has sodium in it. So KendyK doesn't need any more salt. Onion powder, garlic powder, and black pepper makes the Trinity. How was everybody's week? I love that we're coming down from this week because it was a doozy for me, y'all. I tell you one thing, it's a doozy for me. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been claiming better, and with that, y'all, COVID. I'm recovering from COVID. Y'all, welcome in, friends. Welcome. Thank y'all. We made it though. I'm on the other side of COVID, but y'all, COVID takes something out of you. This was my second bout with COVID. So y'all, this is that better than bouillon that I'm just dissolving in water. Could have used a little more hot water, but it'll heat up. It's that better than bouillon. I'm using vegetable. And thank you. I think that was Sandra James reminded me to put a bay leaf in there. You bet, friend. One bay leaf going in, that means one coming out. And this is done. I bet y'all, if you have not ventured into the world of bay leaves, get yourself some whole bay leaves. It'll change your life. It'll change your life and change the flavor of your food in the best way. Your food will start tasting like your grandmama food or that auntie's food that you love so much. Hi, Monique. Welcome in, friend. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in. Now, once you open your, I'm sorry, y'all, that was probably in y'all's ear. Once you open your better than bouillon, it has to be put in the refrigerator. Then it can stay in the refrigerator for months. Hmm. Now, once or twice a year, Sam's Club and Costco sell those bigger ones for like $8. Hmm. Get one of those, and you'll have enough better than bouillon for the year. Now, what are we saying here? Something about laughing? Do you know that I was wondering about that, Sandra James? I wondered how that was going down. So, y'all, I'm letting my beans soak, and I see some ones that are kind of a little miscolored. See, look at that bean. No, we're going to let that one go. She broke. We're going to let her go. We're going to let her go. And I told y'all there be debris down in here. Y'all didn't believe me. I don't want to show you, but it's some debris down in here now. Some debris in here. We don't want that debris in our beans. Let me give my beans one final rinse. So these, I don't think you can call the few minutes that I soak these beans while I'm talking to y'all. I can't call that soaking. Now, if you're gonna cook your beans on the stove top, I recommend you soak them so that your folks. Thank y'all for the heart. Somebody gave me some heart. This is 1 pound of pinto beans that I'm finna pop in the Instapot, and they're gonna have this whole house smelling like goodness and mercy. Now I might have to turn. Yeah, this is very hot. Okay, I had to see my max field line. It's my max field line, y'all. Find that max field line. You got to fill that to with that much liquid. And the liquid I'm using is water. And with all that seasoning meat sitting on the bottom, followed by my onions. Hold on, I want to read this. So y'all, it's been on the saute function, and we're about to put it on the pressure cook function, so we can cook the beans. But I was just sauteing that meat, and I'm gonna go up to the field line, but not over the field line. Don't go over the field line, or your pot could boil over. And if it does boil over, it's gonna automatically cut itself off because that's a safety feature embedded in the Instapot pressure cooker. Yeah, I'm just gonna take my dish rag and wipe around there, get off any of that stuff right there. And I'm not going to disturb my onions. I wanted them intentionally under the beans. I'm not going to disturb my meat at the bottom. I wanted it intentionally under the beans so that as everything cooks in this Instant Pot, everything will be making nice in this pot. Making KendyK a nice pot of pinto beans, y'all. So the pinto beans are actually plant-based protein. But I did put a whole lot of protein in there. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn the Instant Pot back on. Put on the pressure cook function. And let's put the temperature on high. It's already on high. And let's try 2 hours on high. 2 hours on high. We've got a little cornstarch slurry in there, just a little bit of cornstarch slurry, so I can have that good thickening, like you would see if you were cooking these pinto beans on top of the stove on that back eye. Y'all know how we do. Still puts everything on the back eye, even though my child is 20. Still put big pots on the back eye. You be safe getting home from work. I'm so glad this work week is over. Now, y'all, Brian is usually cool, so I know that's right. Okay, yeah, I'm going in and hitting the start function. So what's going to happen with the Instapot? It's going to take much longer than 2 hours to cook these beans because it's actually still going to be cooking as it comes up to pressure. Okay. And notice that I just started the pressure cook function, and so my button is down. Do y'all see my Grace and Glow candle over there? I told y'all I am sold on Grace and Glow by Sandra James. So this silver button is down because that pot is not yet up to pressure because I just started it. And as it gets up to pressure, though, that pot is going to, that silver button is going to push itself up. And then that's a visual indicator. That's a visual indicator that that pot has come up to pressure. And then once it gets to pressure, then it's going to cook 2 hours. And I think I put 2 hours and 2 minutes on there. And then I'm going to let it naturally depressurize, or you can do the quick release by pushing the button. But I'm just gonna let it depressurize. That's how your beans get good and done, done. And they will just be so creamy inside, like you like them. Okay, y'all wait just a second. Let me get. I got to hear a little bit of this from Sandra James. Sandra James is updating us on her saga for employment. Okay, where's my iPad? What did I do with her? Sandra James, did you move my iPad? I know Sandra is like, girl, I'm just gonna be fine. Yeah, we have pinto beans in the Instapot for a great boost of protein and fiber. Ooh, I'm killing it. Y'all, so today is day 6 of week 11. Or I guess, yeah, day 6 of week 11. I took my week 11 injection on Saturday. So what day is that? Y'all, I don't know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm at the end of week 11, and I will take my injection, my week 12 injection tomorrow. So then that will be pretty close to, hey, Britt Family Fun, 3 months on Zep bound. So your boss, y'all, let me catch y'all up. So Sandra's boss, y'all, we've got pinto beans I just put on. So you'll have to take this one all the way back. So you got to stick and stay with KendyK, y'all. We got a moving situation during the live stream. This would have been a really good time for me to do some of those gift memberships to KendyK's core crew. Y'all, but it is Friday. Hey, it is Friday. So you know what I'm going to do. And today is the 15th, right? And y'all, we over here having a good time. So stick and stay with me. We're having a bonus prize because it is the 15th. We're going to do a bonus prize situation because it is the 15th. Yes, we are. Let me just find the Ooh, y'all, do y'all notice that I do this a lot? Where KendyK has to find this, find that. Yeah, it's the middle of the month, and y'all, we just need surprises. We need gifts. We need joy, and nothing would give me more the joy than to be able to help somebody with a little gas for their car. Maybe they want to go get the fixings to make their own pinto beans on the back of the stove or in the Instapot, just like KendyK. So let me catch you up first on Sandra James. And then I've got all the slips right here for the core crew members. Now this is this middle of the month prize situation. This is for my core crew members now. So Sandra James had 2 jobs, both of them remote. Now that's what you call favor on your life. To have 2 jobs, both of them are remote. And that right there tells me that she has a lot of work ethic and people like the work that she does. Amen. Y'all check out Sandra James because we did an extended interview for Coffee and Conversations. You know, that's my interview segment on my channel. And so Sandra, her main job was kind of, required, she's at a time of the year, where it's just requiring a lot of work from her. And plus she's a part-time content creator. So with all those things being said, and she's a wife, and she's a mom, and she's in her 64 chapters. Ain't nobody got time to be doing all that like that. I'm saying that all that over here because, she probably won't say that on her channel, but you never know when folk are watching. Exactly. So y'all, Nightbot is just really acting up. Bread Family Fun, that really would be good for you, Bread Family Fun. And so Sandra tried to tell the part-time situation, hey, I'm gonna need to let y'all go, or I'm gonna need to go on leave effective immediately. Right? Because don't ever mess up your, as my granny would say, don't ever mess up. What she say? Don't let your night. This is what my granny would say, y'all. Don't let your night get caught up in your day. Don't let your night get caught up in your day. Now, for me, that can mean a whole lot of things. In this situation, it means don't ever let that part time job interfere with your effectiveness on the full time job. So, Sandra, by every account, you did the right thing. Okay. So, she is such an awesome employee. The part time people said, "Huh, you can't quit this job. Now, you let us know when you're ready to come back, but quitting, no, we're not going to let you do that." So again, I'm glad all things worked well. I'm so glad to hear that all things worked well. Yes. They used to have pressure cookers. If you got an old school pressure cooker, you used to use it on top of the stove. Now, notice if you can see, y'all, I don't have the pressure cooker up under my cabinets. Don't push it up under the cabinets out of the way. You need to leave it right out in the open in the middle of your countertop. For safety. Okay. You really do. Yeah, I didn't put a title on this or anything, but apparently that thumbnail was enough to pull everybody in. Y'all, I'm going to pin my Instapot playlist. And this is not my first time and definitely will not be my last time of fixing pinto beans in the Instapot while I go live. Because like I've always said, y'all, I don't cook for YouTube. Some people busy looking up recipes and da 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 da. Well, friends, if you need a recipe to cook pinto beans, then that's just fine. KendyK has one. Yeah, I meant to put some minced garlic in there because I had this minced garlic in the refrigerator, but y'all saw me put a whole bunch of garlic powder in there too. Now, what I should do or could have done too, but I'm just gonna go ahead because it's already heating up, okay, under pressure. So I'm not gonna open Instapot again because it'd have to let out all the pressure that's already built up. But you can also put some jalapenos in here. And the juice. I use those pickled jalapenos. It gives me just enough kick. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just enough kick. So this is gonna be a high fiber and a high protein meal. Meals with an S. Because y'all, truth be told, with all that meat that I put in there with my pinto beans and dooley sausage and pork seasoning pieces, friend, y'all probably should I even put 1 cup portions into the freezer? Probably about a half a cup. hmm Yeah, I'll let y'all know what size portion I end up putting in the freezer here. But I'm going to. This will be y'all. This is the whole Instapot full of pinto beans, and so we definitely have enough. Now I'll tell you one thing, my boy will if I don't get these pinto beans out of this Instapot and already portion and put some away in the freezer, he will sit there and eat all these pinto beans. Yes, he will. He no good eating now. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Joan Parker. She's an educator. Welcome, friend. Yeah, I love these new electric Instapots and pressure cookers because they are so safe when used properly. That's why I always, no matter how many times I cook in the Instapot, this might be someone's first time using their Instapot that somebody gave them for Christmas and all of that. So, hey, KC, the one. So, KC, this week doing his job, beans and cornbread. Okay, thank you for the reminder. I will cook the boys some cornbread. Y'all, if I cook that cornbread, I'm gonna want a piece of that cornbread though. But I'm gonna do it. Thank you, Brett, for the reminder. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you for those who have come and hit that like button. Appreciate you, y'all. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Casey the one, look at all of that beautifulness you put with all of those emojis. Casey the one 7 is the one that y'all check out his channel. Check out his channel. He's a small creator just like we are. Because I see a lot of creators in here. And if you're not a creator, special kudos and hello, salutations on a Friday. Tina Mo for sure would say that. Salutations. Welcome in, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Because I know that I have so many who never chat. And that's okay too. I need you to make this channel be successful. It is because of you that this channel is gaining so much traction in the YouTube streets and in the algorithm. hmm Now, truth be told, I'm a person like somebody might say, "Why is she cooking pinto beans in May?" Because KendyK could eat beans of any kind, beans and peas of any kind, just like I could eat soup and chili all year long. I gotta do some chili, y'all. Yes. Yeah, that and this one will hiss too. The electric Instant Pot will hiss too. One end piece. I'm putting the end on it. Grant says, Candy K, one piece of cornbread is okay. You right. One end piece of cornbread is gonna be okay. Thank you, Grant. And that's what I'm gonna do. One end piece of cornbread. Cause I want all of that crunchy to be on the corner. Ooh, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Still watching my sodium because I didn't add any extra sodium. Plenty of sodium in the andouille sausage, plenty of sodium in the Better Than Bouillon vegetable base that I used as a base, and plenty of sodium in the pork seasoning pieces. Yes. So I didn't add any additional salt to this situation. Simply Debbie Sue is saying Candy K, cornbread with the beans. Bread Family Fun started it. Cornbread with them beans. So there it is. Cornbread with the beans. Yeah, so y'all, so if even if you became a member recently, I did do one thing right. I did update all those who have recently won a membership to Kendy K's crew, and I believe those it did tell me that those were core crew memberships. So I've got all those in here. Um, and so this is going out to a core crew member. Can y'all see? Make sure y'all can see. Core crew member, La 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 High Vibe Coach is a core crew member. There's Grant's faithful GLP. I got you in there, y'all. Everybody's in there. Okay, so let me close my eyes. Let me turn everybody over. Let me turn everybody over. Everybody. I want to put something over this so y'all will know that I cannot see who I'm pulling. I don't want to move this because of everybody is turned over, but I just want y'all to see that I am not trying to do anything nefarious. I want to keep everything fair. But this, I'm being intentional. It's a Friday, and so we're going to give somebody. What are we giving? We're giving a $15 gift card, which is enough to get you some gas for a couple days. It won't give you gas for the week or anything like that, but it's gonna give you gas for a couple of days. So it'll be a Walmart digital gift card or Amazon card, or it will be with the Walmart digital gift card. Remember, you can get gasoline outside from the Murphy USA stations, or you could also get food. Do y'all see my little button back there? I'll show y'all in a second. Okay, so I'm putting this up. I hope y'all can see this. I'm putting up a barrier so that I can't see whose name I'm pulling. Does that make sense? Putting myself up a barrier so I can't see whose name I'm pulling. I'm in there. I'm in there. I'm in there. Who is going to get this $15 Walmart gift card or Amazon gift card? It's my core crew members, so I'm letting you pick which one you like. And friends, there it is. Faithful GLP-1, as in Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey. Yes. And so let me show you how I disrupted things as I pulled one out. There's Lala, the high vibe coach. There's Mrs. Paula does retirement. There's Gaston's guitar covers. Y'all, they're all everyone's name is in there. And so I'm going to, well, this one got a little wet. Grant, you got a little wet there. So Grant's name is in there multiple times because for every month that you continue your membership, you get an additional entry into the drawings. And y'all, it's not yet time for the May pick. It's just the middle of the month. It's just a pop-up situation. Okay. And so that's how we roll over here. Y'all roll with me. And so y'all, especially to my core crew members, I am thankful too for my remote job. I'm even thankful for the times that I do have to go work in person because it makes me even more grateful for my largely remote job. Joan Parker, you are the best. Joan Parker, I hope you saw that I gave a salute to educators and you were one of the educators that I saluted. Hey there, Decor and more. Didn't see you. Look at there. Look at there. Grant is popping out his badge showing that he has been a member of KendyK's core crew for 3 months. And actually, to tell you the truth, Grant has been a core crew member, has been a member on my channel longer than that. Okay. Because remember, I at first I only had one level of membership, the crew members, crew with a K. And then as soon as I let folks know that I was leveling up because I wanted to do bigger, better prizes, I wanted to do additional things on my channel. And y'all, so many followed me and did just that. And Grant was one of the first to do that, leveled up his membership and became a core crew member. So congratulations, Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey. And Grant, drop in the comments and let me know, do you prefer a $15 Amazon card? $15, y'all. For $15, if you were trying to replicate this pinto beans meal, you'd be able to get a pound of pinto beans. That'll feed any family of any size. Okay. Congratulations Decor Moore for being a 2-month member. Yes, Decor and More. Thank you, friend. Decor and More. Thank you, friend, for being a 2-month member on my channel. Appreciate you, friend. Y'all check out Decor and More. Y'all, she's just a lady of a particular age who is trying to be a YouTuber. Y'all, we are all becoming YouTubers. Shout out to the word becoming. We are becoming YouTubers. In fact, we already are. We already are. Walmart is great for him. Okay. Yeah, all right. Walmart it is. That's coming your way. Look at all of these folks. See, that's why I rock and ride with y'all. Look at all those stars. Look at all those stars. Everybody's members. Everyone is a member. Thank y'all. And that's why I love just doing a pop-up. Because it's a Friday and y'all weren't expecting it. Y'all had no idea I was coming out the frame with another prize pick just because y'all my people. So I love that for us. I love that for us. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all, thank you for rocking and riding with me. Thank y'all for being here. This is KendyK all day. Do y'all realize we've been on here for 45 minutes? Sh- Right now, 45 minutes. Y'all, let me give y'all back the rest of your day. We've got 2 hours on the Instapods. I promise I'll be back to share with you. It might be in a post though. But I don't know. I might do a real short video so y'all can see the cornbread, and you can see the creaminess of my pinto beans made in the Instapot. Y'all, you need to watch this train all the way back to the beginning so that you can see how to make sure your beans have that good pot liquor. That's what the old folks would call it. The seasoned folks, they would call it pot liquor, that good thickening around them pinto beans. Hey there, Mrs. Paula. Randy. How are you, Randy? Y'all, we just did another prize situation because why? Because it's a pop up and it's a Friday, and KendyK felt like it. Yes, we just started the pinto beans, and now we've got 2 hours. And can you see now? Let me show you this. Let me make this a teachable moment. Do you see now that my button is all the way up? It was flush with the lid. Now it's up. So that means that that pot is under pressure. Now it's going to cook for a full 2 hours under pressure, and then I'm going to let it naturally pressurize, and that will finish cooking the beans. Yes, they'll be nice and creamy like we like them, but still whole beans. Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all, that's going to be some good. I know look, y'all welcome. Y'all come right on. Come right on. So this is meal prep on a Friday and dinner for the night. And can I tell y'all what I did? Because we family, right? I pulled out some pound cake from the freezer. I did. I pulled out some sliced pound cake from the freezer, and it's gonna sit here right on the counter and unthaw. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cause I feel like I want some coffee, some hot coffee, and some pound cake. It's the weekend. But let me show you. Let me show you what I'm gonna do as we get ready to go. This is what I'm gonna have for my snack right now. Mama chia squeeze, and strawberry banana. Y'all, chia seeds have a good dose of fiber as well. And y'all, this strawberry banana, y'all, I bought these for my mom and me because we like our prunes to make sure we have good digestion, and digestion is completed on a daily basis, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. And but y'all, I saw these in the store, and so I picked up some for me and my mom, and y'all, we love them. Mm-hmm. From Mama Chia. How could it not be good? It's called Mama Chia. Seed your soul. 70 calories. It's a prebiotic fiber with omega 3s. 70 calories. Um, Low in sugar. Only 10 carbs. 2 grams of protein. Fiber 3. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They have other flavors, but I just picked up this one, and so I will be getting the other flavors too. But it's still 10 out of 10 for me. Hmm. So if you did y'all track your children's bowel movements when they were school age? I did. And if I noticed that boy hadn't pooped in some several days, I'd say, "Come on, let's go for a walk." That helps always. And then you got to make them eat apples and things like that. Yeah, all of those things. Wait, is Grant singing? Yeah, make sure y'all check in with Joan Parker. Joan Parker is an educator amongst us. And just to connect some dots, Joan, um, I can't remember if it's Joanne Parker or Joan Parker, but she's an educator, and Grant's wife, Christy, is also an educator and who won Teacher of the Year in her district. Amen. That is so dope. Sandra said, wait a minute now, kitty cake. Pound cake is my thing. Yes. Craisin white chocolate chip cookies. Do you know I have some craisins? Mrs. Paula. Mm-mm. Mrs. Paula, don't tell me anything else about these Craisin white chocolate chip cookies. So y'all, this is has just enough sweet. It's actually very sweet. And it's ice cold. I picked it up. I got it out of the refrigerator. It comes in a pack of 4. I bet you what I'll do, y'all, is I will check to see if the warehouse stores, Sam's Club, Costco, see if they have bigger ones. But then, just 4 for me, just to have another source of fiber. Pretty good. Actually, they're excellent. They're excellent. Mrs. Paula says she tracks her baby's digestion, BMs. Rambo is her dog. She's a dog mom. Isn't that huge? Yeah, we're so proud of Christy. Now, Joan Parker. Okay, you gonna please let me know. Is it one syllable, Joan, or is it two, Joanne? What did your mama call you? I just believe in honoring people's name. I do, y'all. It's a thing for me, as you can clearly see. Because KendyK doesn't let anybody miscall me. Don't You're not gonna mispronounce my channel name because the YouTube supercomputers are listening. Mm-hmm. Okay, comparing notes. Yes, I saw that in Kim's she had a special note for her channel members, and of course I'm a member on her channel as well. I honestly don't know what Kim is thinking because there's no way I would be retired and go back to full-time work. So I got to check in with my friend, see what is going on because ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, if I at this moment I would just enjoy life. Joan Parker. Joan is one syllable. Joanne is two. So tell me one syllable or two, friend. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you alone, Joan Parker. But I want the YouTube supercomputer to know who you are. And I want everyone that's on this stream, y'all, connect with Joan Parker if you haven't already. She is one of our content creator collective. She is one of us. We are her. She is us as small YouTubers. Yes, Mrs. Paula, thank you for the reminder, Sandra James. I said, look at Sandra. Sandra had picture in picture. She done took us outside, biking down the street. I said, look at Sandra on the floor doing her ball. Thank you for that reminder because I have one of those balls. I forget what you called it, but I do have one, and I just need to be using that. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And I like the thumbnail on that as well because we saw your rebounder in the background on your thumbnail. Very well done, Sandra. I can see you leveling up. I sure can. The leg to arm ball trend. Yes, it is not. I don't know that I ever got that savvy with that ball. Yeah, I tell you one thing, as a woman of a particular age, I am learning to listen to my body because when I don't My body lets me know. I told you. I told you. Hmm. I find so many YouTubers inspiring. Thank you for saying that, Mrs. Paula. I agree. Sandra James is inspiring. She really is. Y'all, have you ever stopped to think about that? That so many folks on this stream are YouTubers, and so many are members of KendyK's core crew, and I appreciate every one of you. Codification. 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 I hope I'm saying that right. Codification. Codification. Yes, I picked up this Instapot. It was on sale. And I was living in, I know I was in the Pacific Northwest. So I must have been in Oregon because when I first moved to the Pacific Northwest, I lived in Oregon. Hmm. Yes, yes. Coach Me, yes, I told y'all I used to work out in Coach Mean Green's private Zoom sessions. Well, they weren't private, they were small group Zoom sessions. Yes. And one of her days, she would pull out the stability ball. Not every week she would pull it out, but on some days she would. Yeah. Yep. So we got 1 minute and 50 second, 1 hour and 50 minutes left on the Instapot. We are making pinto beans. Is that gonna worry you? Look at me trying to give y'all a different angle. Look at me, because I was letting y'all look in the pot. Hmm. Okay. So we got pound cake over here defrosting. I've had my chia seeds to ensure good digestion today and in the morning. And y'all, with that, I appreciate y'all, and I thank y'all for being here. Thank you for rocking and riding with me. This is KendyK all day. Congratulations to Grant's Faithful GLP-1 Journey, who won our pop-up core crew member $15 holla, and he chose Walmart. He chose Walmart. Y'all have a great day, like Paula said, and Debbie Sue. Goodbye for now. I'm probably gonna pop up y'all through the weekend because my week next week looks pretty intense. So you're gonna see me more this weekend. It's my prayer. But y'all, COVID has taken something out of me. And yeah, yeah. Goodbye for now.